So, as we're all aware, there are many like projects building on top of Cardano at this point, especially like the libraries like Koyos, as you mentioned, and Blockfrost, and so on. Um, which ones are you using, and are there any shout outs you want to give? Because I personally think these libraries don't get enough love, and many people don't know that we are using them, and we are minting, thousands of NFTs using some of these libraries. So yeah, do you want to give a shout out? Both of you.
Actually, we are using of course, Blockfrost as a service provider, and we have our own Koyos installation. But this is, of course, also a financial thing, because for Koyos you need a very large system with the Postgres SQL database, and with the node. You cannot. I would not recommend to install it on your own system. I would recommend use the free public Koyos services, or also Blockfrost. That's what I recommend, because for getting into it, you don't need to install your own servers. Of course, we have it because we need a little bit more scalability, and we have millions of accesses every day, so we cannot bring this into Koyos because it's a free service, and I'm not sure if they were happy when we bring 20 million calls every day. So that makes no sense for them, and for us also. So we have, of course, our own instances, but yeah, as I said, use them, and they offer a great service. They have a good community behind, and they are answering questions very fast. So don't worry, and use them. And for other libraries, yeah, there are a lot of libraries in the Cardano space. Actually, we don't use so much of them. Yeah, I don't know one. I know one which we are using in the payment gateway. This is the serialization lib, of course. But in NFT-MAKER Pro, we don't have any external libraries using. We're just using the Cardano CLI, and all other things we are making ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
really like the library. If you look at it first, you think, oh, it's very complex and so on. But I think those who designed it did kind of a good job, because the interface is kind of straightforward, mainly a builder pattern, something like that. Yeah, that's what we're using in Payment Gateway. For Koyos, we have to say we have one dedicated person in the company who's only handling the infrastructure. And that's why we have the capacity to have a high availability Koyos setup for ourselves. But I would not recommend it unless you have a large company to be run. Also, we are using Cardano GraphQL and DB-Sync, of course, for more, I would say, raw data fetching, or to improve the performance of some queries which would otherwise take a long time. By the way, Cardano GraphQL is a really nice interface. If you get into it, it's very nice and plays also very nice with the typical GraphQL tooling. That's what I can also recommend. And what I also can recommend, and what are we using, is Ura from the TX Pipe GitHub repository. It's kind of another approach, because it's more like stream processing, but it has different things, and we're using that for the marketplace partly, to basically create a database of all NFTs, or create a database of all transactions and filtering. That's a very, very powerful tool if you want to analyze the data on Cardano. For that, I can recommend the Ura stuff with maybe Apache Kafka or some other things being used.